Build a fucking wall, all right? Stop with the nonsense. You're not going to see 2020, all right? Just build the fucking thing, all right? Use emergency funds, whatever. Get it done, you ass! Well, hello. Welcome to the big show on a Tuesday. Hello, Patreons, patrons, people who subscribe. God bless you. 833-599-NICK, 833-599-6425. That's one of my favorite things I've saw on the internet. I'm not big on that shit, and that made me belly laugh. And that was sent to us by our buddy, Tommy Albright. Tommy, thank you so much. Love it. It'll probably get flagged because of the music, but we'll put up a link. That's what happens. We use copywritten music. It gets flagged, and I'm not able to make money on it. But I said, that's so goddamn funny. I don't care. So, but then we have to put up a link so you guys get the show. I don't know how it works. It's, fucking Google and a bunch of lefties. Anyhow, Tommy, thank you so much, pal. Appreciate it. Tomorrow night, I'll be at the Fat Black Pussycat in New York City, right around the corner from the Comedy Cellar. It holds about 75 people. I work out new shit. I have fun. And I can fill 75 seats, believe it or not. So after 30 years, that's 2 people for every year I've been doing comedy. Then Friday, January 11th, Lucy's in Pleasantville, New York. That's this Friday. And this Saturday, January 12th, Fairfield Theater Company, Fairfield, Connecticut. That one's only has 5 seats left, 5 tickets left. Saturday, January 19th, Bobby V's in Windsor Locks, Connecticut. Sunday, January 27th, Ventura Harbor Comedy Club, Ventura, California. The night before that, no, actually 2 nights before that, Friday, I'll do Rogan in the morning, and I'm doing the Comedy Palace in San Diego. Friday and Saturday, February 8th and 9th, the Black Box in Boca Raton, Florida. I can't wait. I love Florida crowds, and haven't done that one yet. Friday, March 8th, Wood Theater, Glens Falls, New York. March 9th, Cohoes Hall, Cohoes, New York. I'll be shooting an hour. That means I'll have a camera crew and everything. Friday, April 26th. By the way, the name of that special is going to be, or album, or special, whatever I decide to do with it, A Breath of Fresh Air. You goddamn right. Friday, April 26th, Steel Stacks, Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Friday, May 30th, Jonathan's in Agunquit, Maine, which I did during the Nick is Right tour this spring. And oh my God, one of my favorite gigs. And that's a really gay town, and it couldn't have been better. It was tremendous. Nick, why do you have to bring that up? I don't know. They bought tickets. I love them. Saturday, June 1st, Whites of Westport, Mass. Saturday, August 10th, Newtown Theater, Newtown, Pennsylvania. Saturday, October 9th, Ridgefield Playhouse, Ridgefield, Connecticut. Another venue that I could live in. I would move into it. It's so nice. Thank you so much. How you guys doing? Aight? You watched the big game last night? Clemson, a 6-point underdog, the national championship. They won by 4 touchdowns. They took Alabama, the mighty Nick Saban, Alabama Crimson Tide, behind the woodshed and gave them a real whipping. Like, oof. I had Alabama winning by a field goal, and this is the beauty of college football. And Clemson has beat them twice now in a national championship game out of 3 tries. And they are, every kid who's a McDonald's All-American probably wants to go to Clemson or Alabama. And these teams are young. The goddamn quarterback is a true freshman for Clemson, that kid Lawrence. And my God, did his stock go through the roof. What's it like to be? He's 19. And if he can stay healthy, he knows he's got $1 zillion coming to him from the NFL. He's 6'6", 215 pounds. I think he's a lefty. Is he a lefty?
That was Alabama's quarterback. He's a lefty.
But wasn't Lawrence a lefty? No? I was drinking. I saw 5-6 hands. Anyhow, here's the audio of the first 2 touchdowns. If you took the over, you had a hard-on 4 minutes into the game. Here's the audio of the first 2.
Third throw in 3 plays. It's intercepted. And the Tigers are going the other way. A.J. Terrell with a pick 6.
A.J. Terrell.
Spells Harris, but Tua's looking to throw. It's a downfield shot. Jerry Jeudy, the target. He's got it. And the time answer quickly.
It was unbelievable. You thought after that pick 6, but Tua was like, fuck that. He goes out and he throws a touchdown. But Clemson was too much. They were running up the gut. And you could see the Alabama defensive players with their hands on their hips 5 minutes into the game, which means they're sucking wind. And it was 31-16 at halftime. And it was just crazy. Clemson, final score 44-16. Clemson 15-0. First team in history to go 15-0 at that level of college football. That is saying something. Mother of God. Alabama still has 5 national championships since 2009, but the last 3 seasons have included 2 championship game losses to Clemson. I can imagine being around Saban. Anybody hearing a hum? It's the walkie-talkies, guys. I don't know why. We're picking up feedback. They have walkie-talkies. Priscilla's upstairs running the whole thing, so it's a good thing. Anyways, Lawrence, the quarterback, true freshman, and Clemson was successful 10 of 15. Go ahead.
I said we're turning it off.
Yeah, shut that fucker off. You can run up the stairs. You're not Stephen Hawking or fucking Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Oh, she's not making rulings anymore. You know why? She's lost her marbles. She lost them when she was 19. Look the way she votes on shit. She's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Clemson, successful 10 of 15 third downs, gaining 255 yards on those conversions. Lawrence, the true freshman, completing 20 of 32 passes, 347 yards with 3 TDs and no picks. He never got sacked. They didn't lay a finger on him. Alabama's Tua Tagovailoa, Heisman Trophy runner-up, had 4 interceptions and 321 pass attempts this season entering Monday's game. By halftime, he had already thrown 2 picks. So the pineapple did not work. Alabama defense held Clemson to 27 yards on 10 rushes in the first half. That's when I knew Alabama was in some deep poo-poo. Alabama arrived this year as a slight favorite, though few expected any sort of romp. Alabama was the first team since Yale, and listen to this, in 1900, to beat every team by at least 20 points during the regular season, which is fucking unbelievable, to give you an idea how good Clemson is. They combined for 3 touchdowns in the first 4.5 minutes of the game, both teams, and 4 touchdowns in the first 9 minutes. Barely 3 minutes into the second quarter, the team had combined for 37 points. Like I said, if you had the over, you were yanking your pud and so excited. If you had the under, you probably put a gun in your mouth at halftime and miss Nickelback. Now, I don't know who the fuck it was, but but can I just make a couple comments? You know, this goes for college players and NFL players. Stop reaching for the goal line with a football out. When you're down, it's 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Don't ever do it. There is no reason, even if you catch a pass, run 80 yards, and a guy tackles you, there's no reason to reach out with the ball. If you watch football your whole life like I have, nobody ever did that before. Do you know why? It's stupid. Yeah. Why would you do that unless it's 4th down and you have to get in to win the game? Why would you do that? It's risk. You got to weigh risk. You reach out, 90% chance you fumble, so you get tackled at the 1-yard line. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1. So weigh your risk. It's stupid. I can't believe like Saban or any of these coaches haven't said, stop fucking doing that. And NFL players do it. It looks great on the NFL highlights on ESPN. No reason to reach the ball out and risk fumbling when you're a cunt hair away from the goddamn end zone. What are you doing? But once again, it looks cool, and I'll get on SportsCenter. And the other thing they do to get on SportsCenter highlights is the one-hand catch. So every catch now is one hand. They pretend they're being grabbed by the defensive back. Sometimes they are. Most of the times they're not. They're just fending off that. And they saw Odell Beckham do it, Jr., and now everybody's doing it. Put both hands up to catch the goddamn ball. Once again, I've been watching football 51 years, and this is a phenomenon that happened in the last, 5 years. Stop doing that. No reason to catch a ball that's perfectly thrown with one hand. But some of the catch, if it's behind you, you see the guy that grabbed it, the catch the guy from Clemson made with one, I think it was Clemson, with one. I've seen some of the greatest athletic stunts, I will call them. These guys are at a new level. The guys that played in the 70s, and they couldn't carry some of it. But the reaching of the ball and the fucking everything has to be a one-hand catch now is just silly, in my opinion. But, my God, Clemson gave them a beating. Imagine Saban. His wife probably moved out of state at halftime. He's such a miserable guinea, which I love about him. He insulted that black woman who interviewed him during the regular season. He was really abrupt with her, and of course, it was like he stabbed a baby on national TV. He had to apologize the next day. Since then, they make her interview him every time now. And even now, he goes, thanks. That is the most useless interview right before the biggest game of, both coaches' lives or at halftime. They're stressed the fuck out. Hi, what was going through your mind when your cornerback snapped his ankle and got burned for an idiot? Oh, I don't know. I was thinking about my wife's fucking tuna casserole. Jesus H. Again, just the network saying, look, we use women. It's a male-dominated field, but we use... That's all it is. Fucking stop it. Has anybody out there gone, oh, thank God Pam Oliver told us that the Cowboys were ready for this playoff game? Bunch of people passing out because it was such tremendous information. Stop. That's all I have to say. Clemson Tigers, unbelievable. And those two teams, hate to say it, we'll see them next year. Although, you got to admit, Alabama plays a tougher schedule. They're in the SEC, which is, some of those teams could beat the fucking Patriots, I swear to God. They have to play those guys week in and week out. Clemson is in the ACC, but they were that good. It didn't matter. So, Dabo Swinney, how do you not love this guy? He walked on at Alabama in the 70s. Walked on and made the team. Now he's beating them in national championships. So, I'll tell you. I'm glad I don't gamble anymore. That's all I got to say. What do we got here? Let's get into the stupidness and the retardedness and the mental illness of the United States in 2019. 833-599-6425 under the category of fucking selective whatever, evolution. Teen charged after social media challenge ends with deadly shooting. The infamous No Lackin' social media challenge has reportedly claimed its first life. I'm supposed to feel sad, and I am, for the family and everybody. Obviously, it's a tragedy, but I feel safer when these retards, whether they're texting behind the wheel and they get wiped out, I feel a little safer. They're not in the world to kill me. Not that I'd pull a gun on my friend hoping he had a gun. Christian Estes Johnson, 19, fatally shot by his friend as the pair took part in the idiotic video. Why doesn't Rosie O'Donnell pull this shit with her fucking munching friends? Which involves brandishing a gun on camera in hopes of getting another person to pull out a weapon of their own. The game just sounds stupid, man.
Don't you move, you motherfucker. I'll blow your brains out.
The two Houston teens were pointing loaded guns at each other when Estee Johnson's pal identified as 18-year-old Muhammad. I wouldn't pull a gun on Muhammad. Kidding, faking. Muhammad Al-Ajil accidentally fired off a single shot. ICE is taking responsibility for the kill. No, that's a joke. The bullet struck Estee Johnson in the head, and Al-Ajil immediately fled, later telling his parents and cops he was simply defending himself after a fight broke out between them. That's even worse. Why would you say that? That makes it even worse. However, prosecutors said he later confessed to playing the No Lackin' challenge. I wonder who invented that game. It wasn't the Irish, it wasn't the Polish, and it wasn't the Swedish. Nick, what are you saying? I think you know what I'm saying. I think you know. I think you know exactly what I'm saying. What's the matter, Ryan? Got a little fucking queer look on your face.
It might have been us. It might have been the Polish.
I keep forgetting you're Polish. Now it makes tremendous sense, your lifestyle. Kid loves kielbasa. What can I tell you?
So good.
It is. Kielbasa is good in your mouth. Well, after it's, you know what I'm talking about. Stop with the nasty gay type of shit. Al-Ajil appeared in court Thursday on manslaughter charges. It is not the first of its kind. That particular game has caused similar outcomes across the country. I would say it's a little bit different than an outright intentional act. Exactly. So why would you say we were having a fight? There have been at least 2 shootings caused by people playing the No Lackin' challenge over the past year. If we could just get Nancy Pelosi to play it and her friends, it would be tremendous. Her to take a nice slug in her fucking leathery nipples. They were reported in Grimes County, Texas, and Memphis, Tennessee. Again, guys, you're not breaking that stereotype of idiotic rednecks. you're making Bill Maher look like a genius. But
Why is everyone so fucking stupid? Why aren't more people intelligent like me?
you pull a gun on a friend hoping he has a gun, and I'm thinking that is so retarded. But in this country where there's 7 guns for every man, woman, and children born, the odds are pretty good your friend might be packing, right? Especially in the Cleveland, Detroit area, motherfuckers. 833-599-NICK. 833-599-6425. How about my new microphone? The other one was too tall. This one's fucking terrific. I feel like Larry King. Let's go to the guy with a bolt in his head playing the lacking game in Vernon, Texas. Hello, Bubba. You're on the Buccaneer.
Please come to Boston, she said no. Boy, why don't you come home to me?
Shut up!
All right, I will. Weatherman fired for alleged using racial slur on... Listen to how crazy this is. A chief meteorologist at an NBC station. You're fucked if you work for NBC because they're the most PC fucking station out there. NBC station in Rochester was fired on Monday for allegedly using a racial slur during a live broadcast. Jeremy Capel of WHEC-TV was describing a photo showing Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial Park when he allegedly uttered the offensive phrase. Here is the, let's go to the video.
This is the way I look out at Martin Luther King Jr. Park. If you watch me regularly, you know that I tend to
Can we do that again?
Information in my weathercast. Out at Martin Luther King Jr. Park.
Martin, pause. Martin Luther King I can't even say it. It's so Martin Luther King Coon. Martin Luther King Jr. Park. I mean, I come on. Jason, I want your opinion. You're an intelligent guy. You read a lot of books. Isn't it a slip of the tongue? Would he really be trying to slip that in to make a friend laugh?
It sounds a little bit. Maybe I can't tell. I'm not as smart as you tell me to be.
Well, thank you for adding to the conversation. That's what the viewers heard and local officials. Video of the Friday evening broadcast went viral over the weekend, amassed more than 100,000 views. What is your fucking... Can I ask you jerk-offs in social media land? Why do you glom onto the race thing? Huh? Do you ever ask yourself that? Why those go viral and get a zillion hits? Because we live in a racially charged time since Donald Trump. Shut it. Shut it. It's always been that way. We don't like each other. Is there anything wrong with saying that? However, I find this... I don't know. I don't even know how to make the ruling, Jason, so I'll be honest with you. Capel's been trying his best. Go ahead, play the rest of the tape. He's trying to apologize. He puts
really know that I tend to contain a lot of information in my weathercast, which forces me to speak fast. And unfortunately, I spoke a little too fast when I was referencing Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. So fast to the point where I jumbled a couple of words. Now, in my mind, I knew I mispronounced, but there was no malice. There was nothing that I could have. I had no idea the way it came across to many people.
I'm terribly sorry to all of our viewers.
Oh, shut it. What an overreaction. Yes. Freudian slip. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, but the reaction is just is the meat of this story. Of course, he has his wife next to him in the video with her hurt look on her face. He said it was a verbal slip. I guess Mike Greenberg did it for ESPN. The same thing. He was allowed to keep his job. Exact same flub, Capel tweeted on Monday. And I like Mike. I feel terrible for anyone who may have been offended by my unintentional bubbling. Oh, it's bubbling. He's happy about it. The Purdue grad claimed to have never uttered those words in his life, but NBC didn't care. Of course they don't. It's the home of Al Roker and fucking... You know, MSNBC, the fucking Adam's Apple, and Joy Reid, hateful black woman who says all kinds of racial and homophobic shit, yet still has a job. Brian Williams, lying cocksucker, still works for NBC. NBC gave him the boot following an internal investigation. What'd they do, call in the fucking FBI? As a result of that broadcast, meteorologist Jeremy Capel is no longer with News 10, said station vice president. Listen to this, general manager Richard Reingold. These words have no place was only one word there, Richard. Let's be serious. On News 10, NBC's Air. And the fact that we broadcast them disheartens and disgusts me. That it was not caught immediately is inexcusable. I regret that we did not immediately interrupt our broadcast and apologize on the fucking spot. Get over your fucking self.
Your tears are so yummy and sweet. Oh, the tears of unfathomable sadness. Yummy, yummy, you guys.
He said the word coon unintentionally. He didn't stab a black baby while he was reporting on a low coming down from Albany. It gets better. It is beyond unacceptable that this occurred. Who is this? Oh, local residents and activists have been calling for Capel's termination, as was Rochester Mayor Lovely Warren, black woman. She says it is beyond unacceptable that that white motherfucker says shit like that. She's seethed up in this motherfucker. There must be real consequences for the news personality involved. And listen to this. Here's where I want to punch this woman in the throat. And also for the management team that failed to immediately apologize and address the slur. So everybody should be canned because the guy may or may not have said something racially insensitive. Everybody at the desk should be fucking fired. The management should be canned. A little bit of an overreaction? Huh? The answer is yes. Quit having a fucking fake internal dialogue with yourselves. According to his LinkedIn account, Capel worked at... Here's where I think he might be guilty. I looked at where he worked. He worked previously at television stations in Texas, Mississippi, Kansas, and Kentucky. That shit may fly down there. The Rochester Association of Black Journalists. Why do we have an association of black journalists? Hey, great colorblind society you guys always want. But let's have a black caucus in Congress, a black weather station group, Black Lives Matter. Huh? We're really blending in, huh? Yay for the... It's not working. It's not working. Association of Black Journalists of Rochester called this alleged language completely unacceptable and contrary to all standards of broadcasting. While we are aware that the station has issued an apology, listen to this, we expect a complete explanation of what happened. You just got it from the horse's mouth. Who was responsible? The weatherman was, Capel. You fucking idiots. And why nothing was immediately, why nothing was said immediately after the Friday broadcast? Wrote Group President Richard McCullough in a statement, who hates Whitey. We also want to know what measures will be taken to prevent incidents like this from occurring in the future. Oh, okay. Well, we'll get rid of all white people.
Shut up! Shut up!
You want to guarantee that this is never going to happen again, that somebody might slip up verbally. You want to get... So what do you want to say? Make the news all... When's the last time you saw two white anchormen at a desk anywhere in the country? Please tell me, and I will move there. I'm just kidding. But seriously, when's the last time you saw two white guys thrown into a white weatherman than a white... You can't. You can't have it. I was in Tulsa, Oklahoma 15 years ago doing a gig. I put on the local news. Two Asian chicks doing the local news. In Tulsa. There was no Asian people. I looked it up. 0.001% Asian. The only other Asian person was a life-size cutout of Jackie Chan at Blockbuster. How do we prevent this from somebody's slip of tongue? I don't know, cut all white people's tongues out, fucking burn them at the stake. Quit being a douche, you douche. Just an overreaction. Yeah, fucking can him. I don't care. I understand that, but Jesus Christ. We want a written something guaranteeing that this will never happen again. Okay, we'll start doing that when black people stop killing each other and beating up old white people and taking their wallets. Deal? Kind of racist, kids? No, it's fucking right on the money. Let's go to Jake Bender, a buddy in Utah. Jake, what's going on?
Howdy, how you doing?
Oh, you know, kicking it old school, yo.
Hey, I just wanted to point something out on that story. Did they say he allegedly said that? I mean, he's admitting it. It was broadcast. Where the fuck does the allegedly part come in?
They always do that, don't they? Yeah, it says, let me see what the, I don't know if it said alleged or not.
I allegedly said. I'm never going to stop.
I'm too lazy to fucking read the whole article. Yeah, when he allegedly uttered the offensive phrase. Yeah, that's what it says in the second paragraph. And you're right. Where's the alleged? Yeah, he said it.
He said it.
Yeah, he's not denying it. His wife admits he said it, I guess, because she's there and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, and the other thing, we have 4 white anchormen on the same show. You got to come down here, man. It's open carry. You can actually wear a holster walking down the street.
You know what?
And we do.
You know what, Jake? You do live in the only state where there would be 4 white guys on the news. I think Utah's the only place it's allowed for some reason. That's hilarious.
You know what sucks? We just lost you're going to love this, our female black Republican Mormon representative in D.C. just got unelected by like 50 votes.
What was her name? Desiree?
Mia Love.
Yeah, Mia Love. It wasn't Mia. Can I ask you this? Mia Love was like a conservative, right? And she lost to who?
Yeah, she's a black male Mormon.
Wow. And who?
I'm like, wow.
Who'd she lose to, Jake?
She sticks out.
Who'd she?
Some dweeb who used to be the mayor of Salt Lake. I forget his name. I don't live in the city, and I really don't care to.
He's a lefty.
Salt Lake City is kind of liberal. Every other part of the state is sane.
Yeah, that's how it is.
My cousin's the sheriff in Paiute County. When they were doing that whole remember when they were doing that whole landmark thing where they were trying to kick people off of landmarks or something to do with the Obama and that Bears Ears thing?
Yes.
I don't know if it was huge news here, but it might not have been so much national.
Yeah.
He said he would deputize every man, woman, and child in the city and start arresting all the feds if they started doing that shit here.
Yes, I do remember that. They were going to have a civilian force, a civilian, like police, yes.
Like, dude, Marty, why don't you just deputize the feds and then tell them don't do that?
I don't know. That question is beyond my pay grade, Jake. As Obama said about abortion. All right, Jake, good call, buddy. Thank you. And, of course, Utah would be an all-white newscast. That and up in Maine, I bet you it's different now. But when I was up at Maine, holy Christ. Anyhow, the point is it's an overreaction is the point. That's my point. And people looking for a guarantee that nobody's going to slip up verbally on live television. Shut your fucking pie holes. Paul Lynn, what do you say, you silly son of a bitch?
During the 18th century, it was common for a bride to sell something at her wedding reception to help pay for the cost of the wedding. What did she sell?
Her firstborn.
Her firstborn. What do we got here? It says teenage girls were caught on camera hurling heavy objects at McDonald's employee in Moreno Valley. Let me rephrase the thing so it's on black teenage girls. See, until we get to that point, and we're never going to get to it, this is never going to be solved. We can't be honest about race. The minute I saw there was a brawl at McDonald's and people were throwing shit, I knew who was involved. Call me a fucking racist, whatever, a bigot. I'm the original deplorable. And everybody else there that saw this online knew beforehand. How do I know that? Because I read the comment section, and everybody seems to agree with me. So, it's just a fucking... Black teenage girls were caught on camera hurling heavy objects at McDonald's employees in Moreno Valley after being asked to leave a children's play area. Oh, my God. This is what happens when you ask black people to do something they don't want to do. Because this country has treated black people like spoiled children for the last 50 years because of horrible oppression in the past. And now they're spoiled brats. And they feel they can do anything they fucking want. Again, this is just all speculation. Oh, my fucking eye. Again. I need a pair of glasses to block these glasses. After being asked to leave a children's play area, causing thousands of dollars worth of damage. And that's according to the police. So
I'm loving it.
let's take a look at the video. How about the employees? They're laughing. Hey, America, here's your diversity. How's it working out? How's it working out? Great parenting. Who the fuck pulled her out of there? Mike Pence's brother is trying to break it up. Look at this. America in 2019. Take it in. Breathe it. Live it. Learn it. Nice Asian kid. White kid. Look. This kid works there and he's videotaping and laughing about it.
They broke the screen?
It's a beautiful coat. I got my wife that for her birthday.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. He thinks it's funny.
Yeah.
That be his people throwing shit.
Right.
Hold. That's what scared me, the reaction. Employees are laughing and shit because, you know, that be their people throwing shit at them, and it'd be funny. McDonald's, do you vet anybody that you hire? And can we quit pretending this is isolated incident after, I don't know, we play, what are these, 20 of these fucking every 2 months? Can we quit pretending? And I'm sure there's some white people misbehaving too, but not every fucking 2 minutes. I know you haven't heard the truth in a long time. Let me tell you something. If I was working at Mickey D's, somebody throws a heavy object at my head, you know what I'm doing? I'm going to the fryolator with a large soda cup, scooping that shit out, and I'm dousing them right in the face. What was that, a quarter pounder? Black people, I'm talking to you. Get your kids under control. Get your kids under... I know there's a 72% illegitimacy rate in the black community. And don't tell me that has nothing to do with this, because it does. We play these videos. We could play them every day, actually. I'm afraid to go into a fast food joint now. But I read the comments, and everybody seems to be on the same page. Big surprise, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, you can say it's racist, but when it's true, it's not racist. How many of these clips do we have to fucking look at? And then what scares me is people laughing and giggling. An old white guy has to go back and take fucking charge. And that kid, by the way, the employee, I think his name was Dexter, I don't know, that made the little video there, he get canned for making that video. Why? Because he let the truth get out there. And were those faces blurred? And that one, not that one. No. It's another clip. I'm confusing my... anyhow, McDonald's, I'll tell you. I mean, you should just run commercials like that. They could fucking do a whole set of new commercials. Come up with a new quarter pounder or triple cheese and have some black chick throw it and sticks in a guy's forehead and everybody's belly laughing. Ryan? Oh, I thought you wanted to say something.
I wasn't having a thought, but...
Go ahead.
I'm so mad they broke that TV. They broke their TV.
It was a monitor, though, wasn't it?
The monitor, yeah. Whatever it was.
It's not a TV, or is it? I think it's like the orders come up on it and shit, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you worked at Arby's for like 7 years, didn't you?
I worked at Starbucks for 1 year.
Did you really?
Yeah.
When a cute guy came in, did you make a little heart swirl in the latte?
Actually, yes. I did that once. And then me and my coworker, she made a heart swirl in this other girl's drink.
I gotta love Ryan, man.
But then we put the lid on it, and then they never got to see it. They just drank it.
God help me.
But they drank our love.
Anyways, I don't know what to tell my fans out there other than...
Wake up, white people.
Da 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 da. I love people leaving with third-degree burns, fucking knife stuck in their neck. What happened? Went to Mickey D's. And one of the brothers was shorted by one McNugget, so he pulled out a Glock 9 and... I can't take it anymore. It's not working. As Bill Hicks, this is said it's an experiment that's not working. And it isn't. It's not a melting pot. Like I said, it's a salad bowl. Nothing's melting in the bowl. It's like M&M's, a dirty shoelace, a wet Band-Aid, some lasagna, a fucking shoehorn, a wig, 2 bowling pins, and a traffic cone. I can't fucking take it anymore.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore. You've got to get mad.
I am!
You've got to say, I'm a human being.
I am!
Damn it! My life has value.
It doesn't!
My life has value. It's about the same as a Happy Meal, $1.29.
How about Taco Bell? Their fucking food is like 11 cents for 6 burritos. Tell me that's not fucking cat balls and camel tongues pureed into a fucking fine Gumby-like mixture. Let's go to our buddy Mike in Rhode Island, off topic. But, hey, Mike, what's up, buddy?
I think you might have hung up on him.
I hit fucking, you know what? Did I hang up? Mike, call back. I am fucking losing it. I get 2 buttons to pick. It's this mouse. It has its own mind, I'm telling you. It's fucking Apple. They're tracking my mouse. They want to burn the show down. Right now, Steve Jobs' ghost is laughing his balls off. Please come to Denver, she said no. Boy, why don't you come home to me? Why? 'Cause you're fat and ugly with a fucking hair lip and a glass eye. Behave yourselves, could you, people? Teenage girls. How about future hoes? 833-599-NICK. You guys ever go on the website Campus Reform? It's fucking great. They go on campus and they reveal how stupid and mentally retarded the students are and how brainwashed they have become because this, they're, the liberal indoctrination centers. That's all that these campuses are. Campus Reform's Cabot Phillips asked students on the campus of American University, a very PC, we've done stories on them, if they agreed with Donald Trump's statements on immigration and the border wall. Only the quotes the students were given were not actually from Trump. They were from Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, Secretary of State, thick-ankle, dog-face, pig-face liar Hillary Clinton, and President Barack Hussein Obama. And watch. You watch this and you go, wow, it's complete.
I'm going to read a few quotes here from President Trump talking about the need for the southern border wall.
Is complete.
First quote, we should spend money to build a barrier to prevent illegal immigrants from coming in. Another quote, we simply cannot allow people to pour into the U.S. undetected, undocumented, and unchecked. Quote, illegal immigration is wrong, plain and simple. Until the American people are convinced we will stop future flows of illegal immigration, we'll make no progress. When you hear quotes like that, what's your reaction to them?
It's divisive. I think America is a land of opportunity, place for inclusion.
I just really think it's kind of hateful speech in general.
It's just a negative message. Like when he talks about like illegal immigrants, it's just rude, like to talk about people like that.
It kind of underlies a lot of things about like discrimination and people and their prejudices and things like that. So I feel like that stuff is touchy to talk about.
There are racial biases kind of sort of deep embedded in there. In a word, I'd say it's more jingoist.
Well, I think his demeanor overall is just unacceptable.
I think just the way that he's referring to people across the wall is very dehumanizing.
So rhetoric like that is not helpful?
No, not at all.
What if I told you these were from Chuck Schumer, Barack Obama, and Hillary Clinton?
How about that?
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, Democrats and Republicans have said things about border control.
That's interesting. I didn't think that. That's interesting. That would surprise me.
It's true.
Well then, can you tell me which ones they were respectively?
Oh yeah, that would change.
That's a very good surprise, by the way. If this were a Trump quote, I believe it would be a lot more. Maybe a lot less calculated.
I don't know. They wouldn't say that. I feel like
they did.
It's like their demeanor is like the way they come off is like I don't even know what to say.
You don't know what to say? I'll say it. You've been brainwashed. You've been fucked in the ass. Oh, God, help us, everybody.
Uh-oh, retard alert. Retard alert.
How about, this is what you should say. Really? Really? So I'm being lied to by the Yahoo News and the AP and MSNBC. Really? Trump didn't say those things. I think I owe him an apology. Those came from the people that I vote for and think like me? What fascist fuckstains? It really is scary to watch, isn't it? Because it really, if I'm a lefty watching that, I'd have a hard on. I'd be like, look at that. We did it. We have generation upon generation just buying our horse shit. Hook, line, and sinker. They don't go, really? Well, that's none of them said, that's fucking Schumer. What a racist fuck. How about the other kid? Can you tell me which ones respectively? Oh, that'll change the point. And he used the word jingoistic. And then the other kid, you hear all the buzzwords in there? That's divisive and oh, boy. Hey, boy. That's our future, folks. They call the Republican Party the dumb party. You talk about ill-informed voters. Who do the Dems rely on? Kids, college-age kids, people who've been in the country for 10 minutes who don't know shit about this country. They want fucking convicts to vote. Really, really educated voters. Case fucking closed. They do these every goddamn... I could put up 9... They asked about Clarence Thomas and the kids. And you just see. You see, because this country's so media-driven and mostly by the left, that they've taken it in. It's in their DNA. They're retarded. Let's go back to Mike. I did not, honest to God, I clicked on... excuse me, that's a burrito I had for 17 cents. Mike in Rhode Island, what's up, buddy?
Dude, I can't stand the goddamn cell phones. It's so hilarious. I got somebody from Verizon coming down tomorrow at 9 a.m. I'm going to tell him, quit your fucking job, pick up this line right here hanging by a wire, and don't stop at Nick DiPaolo's house to plug the fucking thing in. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
I knew it wasn't me.
And it's the only other comment that I have is all I wanted was I was watching the roast with Pamela Anderson last night of you.
Yeah.
And I never laughed so hard. I spit up my drink all over my table. It was fucking hilarious. So that's all I wanted you to do is comment on that, please.
I will. All right, thanks, Mike. Mike's a regular Rhode Island fella. Love him. He's a dark cloud. I met him at Mohegan Sun, and when he left, I went into the corner in the green room and cried. I was so sad. I love him. The Pam Anderson roast was that one put me on the map. I remember having a beef actually with Comedy Central because it was in my contract. And by the way, I came up with this too, which I told Greg Giraldo, which I shouldn't have because then he used it. But I had it in my contracts when I did those roasts. I have to go on within the first 3 or 4 comics. It was in my contract. And somebody had a problem with it, Sandy Gallen, whoever's directing that one. But then they gave in at the last minute. But yeah, no, I had the sweet spot. Me and Giraldo flew out together. I wrote half that shit on the plane on the way out there because being mean and funny is in my DNA, as most good comics. And I just remember me and Giraldo hanging out in L.A. and shit. And I remember getting to the hotel. Giraldo had quit drinking. And we go into his room first, and there's a gift basket from Comedy Central with like 9 different bottles of liquor in it and fruit and candy bars and shit. So he handed it to me, and I did what you should do with it. And then we went shopping for clothes, and I got a nice pink off-the-shoulder dress, and he got some blue jeans. Anyways, yes. You know what fired me up? Pam Anderson mentioned me. She was being interviewed before the show by somebody, and they were like 5 feet away, and she said, Nick DiPaolo. Boing! But that was a good one. That was a good one. And they only called me a few times after that. I don't know what happened. Oh, I know what happened. The next one I did out in L.A., who were we roasting? Larry the Kid? I forget who, but I did one of these to the crowd. I said, God bless Ann Coulter, in front of a showbiz audience. Industry people. That does not help. That does not help your career. But yeah, those roasts are great. They have, like I said, they have a working bar on stage, and those tapings can go forever. So they're just fun. They're fun to do. I actually used, you know what? I used the teleprompter, which was an option, which I had never done before. I always have my notes right in front of me. But on that one, I said, yeah, I'm going to use a teleprompter. It's way in the back. It's a big, huge screen. And, you know, it worked nicely. And Pam loved it. I took her right after. I took her to Fuddruckers. And my alarm went off, and I woke up. But, yeah, those things are great. Mark in Albany. This guy grew up on the communist rule in Poland. He brings his family to all my shows, all good-looking people. And I always pictured Mark, he was called into my serious show. I pictured a big, fat guy from fucking Poland, the big black mustache. And he's actually fucking more American-looking than I am. Mark, what's going on? What can I help you with?
Yes, hi, Nick. Good evening. How are you?
Good evening.
All right. Like, I work in Albany, right, in New York. And there's a McDonald's on South Pearl Street. And sometimes I'm in the area because we have offices. I have to just pop in and do my thing. So I go there, grab a, let's say, breakfast. There's always black people arguing with the people behind the counter, always upset, always screaming and yelling.
Yep.
And he just, I think there's a lack of the parents' influence because the schools nowadays, they don't teach the kids fucking anything,
right.
But just whatever is the proper moment at the time. Today is now. Tomorrow, who cares? Yesterday, who nobody remembers, right?
That's right.
And then it's up to the parents, and it's like an obligation by the society even raise those kids to be better than us. I mean, and it looks like everything is forgotten. Everything is just, everybody wants to make money for themselves, and that's one thing. And the other thing, with the border, I just want to make it quick. I know you're busy, but with the border, I mean, we have in November and December there was 102,000 apprehensions by the border patrol of illegal immigrants trying to cross the country.
100.
Once they put their foot
102. Did you say 102?
102,000 people in 2 months.
Wow.
The mix looks like caravan, looks like a drop in the ocean.
That's right.
And that was I found this on Fox and in a Drudge report. And if that's not the problem, then I don't know what is. And then once the foreigner, any foreigner, doesn't matter if it's Mexican or Chinese,
right,
put the foot on the ground of the U.S. soil, they have to take him in.
I know.
And they cannot hold them more than 20 days. And after 20 days, they're going to give them a ticket to go to court, apply for the asylum, whatever they fucking apply for. And those people don't fucking show. And they just blend in with the rest of the nation and go to sanctuary cities,
right,
receiving, of course, welfare, food stamps, and whatever we have to offer.
That's right.
At the expense of a taxpayer.
Yep. And Trump.
So fuck you to Democrats, fuck everyone, and then you have to build that fucking wall. And I'm Polish. I was raised in socialism, communism, garbage, and people trust me.
Yeah.
You don't want socialism. It will eat you alive.
No. Tell Ocasio-Cortez.
And everybody is equally miserable. That's her.
Okay.
Oh, she's a fucking moron.
All right, Mark.
I don't even know that chick is fucking in her head. I don't even know what the school she went to, but whatever she fucking learns got to be, I don't know, retard.
All right.
Completely insane.
All right, Mark. Well put.
All right, Nick. Sorry, I don't want to, I got a little pumped up here. So
No.
Great talking to you. Great show. And
Same here.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You got it. Thank you for being a loyal fan. Mark knows what he's talking about. He grew up under socialism in Poland. And as far as Trump's addressing that tonight at 9 o'clock. And Pelosi and Schumer insisted that they rebut it. And I can tell you what, they're going to come on, and it's immoral. A wall is immoral. It's not who we are as Americans, says Nancy Pelosi, as her home city of San Francisco is bathed in urine and fucking feces and needles. She knows what by the way, she's a multi-zillionaire, so she knows what she talks about. I'd like to fucking hit her with a kidney punch and grab Chuck Schumer and put his face on the curb like Tony Soprano did when this guy insulted Meadow, his daughter. He fucking grabbed this guy, knocked him out, and then brought him outside, it was actually in a restaurant. He put his teeth on little fucking ledge, and he stepped on his, and his teeth came out. I'd like to do that too. Who did I say? Pelosi or Schumer? Oh, both of them. I use both my feet.
I got some interesting statistics from the southwest border.
Okay.
From 2017 to 2018. So
All right.
in 2017, the total unaccompanied alien children on the southwest border that were picked up is 41,000. And in 2018, it was 50,000, a 21% increase.
That's 9 more. And there's more shocking numbers out there. So, again, I said it before, the wall is, at this point, symbolic. And I'll say it again. This is how I'm going to say it on stage. Isn't it stupid that Trump wants a wall? Isn't it dumb, the whole wall idea? And everybody's going to nod their head, and I go, yeah, why build a wall when you have fucking machine guns? And mustard gas and other lethal shit. That's all it would take is one shot. That's how you know it's all bullshit. Both Republicans and Democrats. They want the fucking cheap labor. And I was watching Tucker Carlson, great point last night he was making. Schumer and Pelosi and the left say that wall is racist. You're a bigot and you're a racist if you want it. Do you know who gets hurt most by open borders and not having a wall? Black people. Working class black people. Because they're the ones competing for the low-skilled jobs with the idiots that are pouring in. So it's just the opposite. The fucking wall would actually help as far as race goes, black people and brown people. So I thought that was an excellent point. It's immoral. It's racist. You're a bigot. Just the opposite. You are. Do you know who benefits the most from people pouring over the border and cheap labor? Rich white people. Yeah. Try to argue with that logic. But Nancy will come on and just go, it's immoral. It's not who we are as a cunt. And everybody at home, the stupid sheep on the left, the Judd Apatows of the world. Yeah, that's right.
Got one more statistics, actually a much bigger number. So by family unit, the number of family units that were picked up, 75,000 in 2017, 107,000 in 2018, a 42% increase.
There you go.
From the U.S. Census website or something like that.
There you go. But it's not a crisis. And again, it doesn't have to be a wall. It could be, how about 5,000 drones that squirt poison gas? Just have them hovering at the border. It's that easy, honest to God.
Just really bad farts.
Really bad farts. Get a bunch of people from India who just had duck à l'orange, doused in curry, and let it fly. But really, there's a zillion ways to keep people out. That's why you know this is a farce on both sides. I do like my idea, though. Remember Trump kept saying there's going to be a big, beautiful door in the wall? Ever see that commercial for that Ring home alarm thing where you can see on your phone, there's an app, you can see who's in your front yard? I just picture Trump looking at his phone, his Ring app, and his 12,000 Central Americans looking back through the keyhole.
I thought it was funny.
What? Oh, Mayor DeBlasio, speaking of people who would be for open borders and just liberal, Comrade DeBlasio, the worst mayor in the history of any city in any country in the world. Nick, are you exaggerating? Well, kiss my grits. I ain't exaggerating. New York City mayor guarantees comprehensive health care for all in historic surprise announcement. It's not health insurance. It's the city paying for direct comprehensive care for those who can't afford it or are, get this, undocumented. That's what his spokesman said. Oh, God, fucking help me, please. New York City will begin guaranteeing comprehensive health care to every single resident, regardless of somebody's ability to pay or immigration status. An unprecedented plan that will protect the more than 500,000 New Yorkers currently using the emergency room as a primary provider. That's the answer. That's why I don't even want insurance. You can go to the emergency room. They have to fucking serve you. And you just go, yeah, well, I'll pay for it. You're going to get a nickel a fucking week for the next 70 years, but yeah. What a fucking moron. There's so much wrong with this. Here's the video of DeBlasio on where else? MSNBC.
Yeah, Joe, this has never been done before.
You know why it won't work, you fucking jerk off?
It's going to be for the first time a guarantee of health care.
Oh, yeah, that'll work.
We're going to guarantee health care for New Yorkers who need it. And we have now in New York City something that we can build on. We have a public option that we're ready to make much bigger, a public health insurance option. That can reach the hundreds of thousands that are right now not in any kind of health insurance. Yeah. We also have a way to provide direct health care
by robbing
to a lot of our
taxpayers
neighbors who happen to be undocumented. They're still part of our community. They need health care. Their families need health care. We recognized that, obviously, health care is not just in theory a right. We have to make it in practice a right, and we're doing something about that here in this city. And, you know, the national reality, I don't have to say that the Republicans in Washington have been trying to tear down health care, trying to tear down the universality of health care coverage, get rid of Obamacare. We're doing the opposite. We want to increase the amount of health care that people can reach. We want people to have primary care. We want them to have specialty care, maternity care, mental health services.
Yeah, and I wanted to play for the Patriots, you
This
fuckstain.
plan will give all of that directly to the people who don't have it in the city. It's called NYC Care.
You're lying. And you're a piece of shit.
First of all, why do people think that fucking healthcare is a right? Where's that fucking? It's not in the Constitution. How is it a fucking right? Start there. It's a privilege, you dink. And who's going to pay for all this? We want them to have OBGYN, pediatric care. We want undocumented people to fuck. Do you really? And who's going to pay for? It's not your money, you cum stain. It's the taxpayers' money. And thirdly, the whole world is going to move to New York City. Anybody with a fucking sore hip in fucking Russia is going to take a fucking apartment in an Airbnb, sign a fucking, get an apartment. Are you nuts? You know why it's never been done before? It doesn't work and it can't work. And he says, what are the numbers here? Oh my God, what a fucking cheese ass. It's going to cost $100 million. Protect more than 500,000 New Yorkers. Blah, 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 blah. This is the city paying for direct comprehensive care, not just ERs, for people who can't afford it. Getting comprehensive Medicaid, including 300,000 undocumented. By the way, that's another message. Undocumented meaning illegal. And they're going to get benefits. You know what? I say to you hardworking U.S. citizens, start shoplifting, steal cars. Apparently, only you and I have to follow the fucking laws.
I say he used one of your favorite words too, community. He said they're still part of our community.
Community, fucking community, diversity, community, fucking healing, safe space, gobble goo. Oh my God. New Yorkers will be able to access the program through the city's website. Oh yeah, that works fucking tremendous. Remember Obama's, remember when they rolled out Obamacare? I'm sure this will work smoothly. Or you can call 311. Hey, I have fucking anal warts. Can I get these burned off? I'm from Mexico. I've been here 7 minutes. Oh, sure. And he says there'll be no tax hikes to fund it. What are you going to do? Have your kids sell weed to his friends? This is a fucking socialist wet dream. And you know why he's doing this, folks? Because he wants to run in 2020. You don't hear about it now. But why else would you put out something so fucking stupid? But it breaks down to $333 a person, by the way. Oh, that's going to cover a lot. Are you fucking dog-styling me? Are you twisting my nipples into a fucking sailor's knot? Yes, you are. Everybody's going to come here for health care. It's never been done before. No, but it's been attempted before. Just silly. Just nonsense. And the Republicans are trying to ruin it. No, they're trying to do a free market thing where you can go over state lines and get cheaper insurance. You know, the way it's supposed to work. But that's all right. And you know what, New Yorkers who live in the city, you guys deserve this fucking jerk-off. $100 million. That wouldn't cover 12 people. Fucking aspirin in a hospital costs $41. I'm not exaggerating either. Somebody help me. You can dial 311. For Spanish, press 1. For English, press 7.
You're lying. And you're a piece of shit.
Yes, you are. Let's go on to some more stories proving that the very fabric of the society is tearing and ripped to shreds. Woman, singular, flips out at airport, calls JetBlue worker a racist. Did you guys see what? And you wonder why I don't want to get on a plane and come to your town and do comedy every week. And not to mention, I forgot to mention this on the show. I'm listening to the traffic report last week on the radio. Listen to this. They're doing that. It's backed up on 287. All the major fairways that are back. Then they go, there's an hour and 15-minute delay at JFK, which I'm like, at the central parking garage to get into it. Over an hour to get into a parking. Who fucking lives like that? How is that acceptable? And that was JFK. LaGuardia is where they're doing all the fucking... I went to park a couple weeks ago at LaGuardia, where I always park. It doesn't exist, the parking lot anymore. It was like 6 dump trucks, a couple of backhoes. It's a construction site. Oh, my God. I'm telling you, I envy you people in Columbus, Ohio, Tulsa, Oklahoma, fucking El Paso. And then you get into the airport. But this happened in Fort Lauderdale. You see this? Check this broad out losing it on a JetBlue employee. Calls him a rapist.
What? Get me out of here! Get me out of here! A fucking gun on me because I'm homeless! Get me out!
She's homeless. Called him a rapist. She picks up her bag. Oh, I have a connecting flight I have to get to.
You're fucking crazy.
Watch out, because I'm...
She called the guy a racist. He was black, by the way. I mean, a rapist. So how is that not racist? Oh, that's right. It's a woman. We can let that fly. And she's fucking homeless. It looked like she had a Louis Vuitton bag. She was dressed better than most of my sisters.
She called him a rapist.
A rapist, yes. And I said, how is that not racist? I corrected myself. Pay attention. You look like one of the guys landing the planes at JetBlue with those fucking red... Guy with the orange stick. How about that? This is the shit you do see at airports, and I used to love going to airport. The people were. How about her jumping up on the counter? First of all, how is she homeless? She's probably not even mentally ill. I've wanted to do that. I don't know why I have to call that guy a rapist. That was very racist, in my opinion. Listen to what she went through, though. I would have snapped in a different way. I would have taken my shirt off and my pants and dropped a big log right in the fucking terminal. Kicked it into the audience. Anybody? The unhinged traveler is one of many passengers held up for 20 hours. 20 hours! How is that acceptable? If you're held up 20 hours by an airline, they should have to build you a small house for free. Something like that. 20 hours when technical issues forced the airline to wait for another plane. She says, who does that to a woman like me? Get me out of here. Who does that to a woman like you? All your past boyfriends, I'm guessing? The meltdown was posted on social media by user Dre London. While in Fort Lauderdale Airport, everyone remained calm apart from this woman who went crazy on hashtag JetBlue staff, called him a rapist, and she said she had a gun on me. And many crazy things in front of kids. JetBlue told Yahoo that the woman, who also claimed to be homeless, yet was dressed like fucking Queen of England, was scheduled for a flight that did not have any major delays, but was denied boarding because she was drunk. She was sloshed. Looks like she's trying to kiss the guy right there. She was shit-faced. That's why they wouldn't let her on the... How can you tell, though? She's mentally ill and drunk. There's a fine line there. That's the bra that's the bra that'll be sitting next to me or behind me, kicking my seat. And I'd go, excuse me, ma'am. And she goes, I'm homeless, you rapist. She should be under arrest. Excuse me. She's drunk. They're going to ruin that, too, by the way. Alcohol, you're going to see that. Remember, at football games, NFL, they used to serve beer from fucking minute 1 to the end of the game. Then they started shutting off at halftime after some ugly incidents like 20 years ago. They're gonna cut out booze. You watch. And that's going to hurt me in first class because I like to have a couple of dry martinis. When I look into the cockpit and I see a Muslim looking at a picture of his girlfriend eating a pork chop, I said, uh-oh. Nothing, Ryan. Anyways. You're a rapist. All right, let me do one more before I get out of here. Once again, my bladder's filling up like a 12-year-old girl on a field trip to Germany. What do we got here? Preston, Idaho. A southeast Idaho teacher accused of feeding a live puppy to a snapping turtle in front of students has been acquitted of misdemeanor animal cruelty. Acquitted? How the fuck did that help? Media outlets report a Franklin County jury found Robert Crosland not guilty Friday after deliberating for about 30 minutes.
You can act like a man. What's the matter with you?
Crosland pleaded not guilty in July. During a trial Friday, the jury heard Crosland say in a recorded interview with investigators that he thought he was doing the right thing because the puppy was sick and likely to die. What are you going to do to your grandmother? You know, she has cancer and shit. Let's throw her in the pool and put a fucking shark in there. So the puppy was sick and you threw it in a fish tank? What a sick fuck. What part of Germany are you from? Jason's laughing. Jason, what does Germany get there? I don't know. They did shit like that back in the early 70s. He thought he was doing the right thing. Really? Fucking in front of young kids? Any footage of that, by the way? I'd like to watch that. I want to hear Pam Anderson weigh in on this as some ASPCA people. And that's what they should use in those commercials. Don't show me a dog tied to a fucking porch in the winter. Show me a fucking little baby puppy being thrown in a fish tank with a snapping turtle. That'll get me to send you $7. He was acquitted. I want to know who was on the jury, by the way. Some real fucking dog haters, I'll tell you. Ryan, we talked about yesterday how you feel about... What does this story do to you?
I don't even know what to think. How do people not convict him of something? Child endangerment? I don't know.
Well, he threw a dog in, not a kid. But
those children had to watch a turtle devour a dog.
I know. I wonder if there's any complaints from the kids.
They got off to it like blood sports.
It was a junior high. I know. They watched Game of Thrones like, this is nothing. It's a fucking chihuahua in a tank. If you want to show us something, throw in a premature baby. What the fuck am I saying?
What the hell's going on out here?
Anyways, how about him? Fucking, I want to know how he got off. I really don't get it either. I mean, you know. Anyhow, that's enough, kids. Watch Trump tonight at 9 p.m. He'll be talking about and then watch the rebuttal by dirty, crying, lying, fuckface Chuck Schumer and the leathery-nippled Nancy Pelosi of liberal San Francisco values tell you how immoral you are for wanting the wall and agreeing with Trump. That makes you a bigot and you're just hateful and a racist. And that's their message. And you know what? It's been working for 40 years now. I showed you a fucking video of those college campus kids. It's in their DNA. And but I can't wait to hear Trump. He might declare a state of emergency. People are saying that's illegal, blah, blah, blah. He can do anything he wants to protect American citizens. I know that's in the goddamn Constitution. So he wants to make a deal. Remember he did the thing with DACA? Remember he bumped it up to like from 800 to 1.2 million kids. He was going to let the DACA kids stay. They didn't want any of that. They hate his fucking guts. They will not agree with him on anything. So this should be interesting, okay? And you know what's creepy? I switch around channels. Anybody on like NBC, MSNBC, CNN, the country is against the wall. Then you put on Fox News. No, all the polls they have, people are for the wall. I don't give it. Like I said, it's not about the wall. We have weapons and poison gases and whatnot. Anyways, 9 p.m. time, and he's doing it from the Oval Office, which is supposedly a big deal. Who gives a shit? What fucking room it is? He should be doing it on the fucking in the bedroom, on the bed that Clinton was renting out to his dirty friends. There's still lice all over the pillows. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. Tune in tomorrow when we stream live on Facebook and YouTube. Tomorrow night, I have to end the show promptly at like 7 tomorrow because I have to boogie down to the city to do the Fat Black Pussycat. So if you're in the area, come on in. Remember, you guys think it, I'll say it. You're welcome. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.